Welcome all of you to the verbal ability class. So this is the first class of verbal ability. This is one part of competitive exam preparation. So verbal ability is a very important topic for all the competitive exam. Today we will discuss what is verbal ability and how you can solve it, how you can take preparation, all these things. So let's start. Second. Okay, so what is verbal ability? You can see on the screen that it is defined as the capability of a person is expressing ideas using words in a clearly understandable manner. So verbal ability is a very important component of competitive exams for aspirants who want to get good scores in verbal ability. You should have a good vocabulary and sentence forming skills are vital. So you need to have good grammar knowledge, and you also should have verbal ability for like to speak well, and you should have a good vocabulary, like new list of words. If you have all these things, then it's like assume that it will score good in the verbal ability test. So how these tests are conducted? So verbal ability tests generally form one part of the 4 to 5 different sections asked in competitive examinations. So nowadays, these tests are mandatory before any job interview too. So the objective of conducting verbal ability test is to check if candidates have the adequate writing skills that are needed in an organization. So if you are applying into an organization, the company will check like how much you are good in writing, how much good you are in grammar. So they will check all these things. So there should be 4 to 5 sections. What is a space structure? So verbal ability questions are not as tough as they are confusing. So the options provided appear so similar that it becomes difficult to eliminate 3 wrong options and finding the right one. So in verbal ability, the thing is question and answer will be not very difficult, but you have to suppose you have to choose from 4 options. So then what will happen? You have to choose one option and you have to eliminate other 3. So you cannot eliminate other 3 because all the options will look very similar. The candidate is supposed to have the knowledge of exceptional cases. So like how much you will practice before going to the exam, you will have the knowledge and you will have the knowledge of the exceptional cases, because there will be some exceptional cases. Scores and marking. Scores and marking depend on individual examination and their marking patterns. Negative marking, most candidates think that they can guess the answers of verbal ability and clear the test. However, they realize soon that guessing not only gets them wrong answer, but also negative marks that eat into their total. So there will be negative marking in verbal ability section. But if you know the right answer, only then you answer the question. Otherwise, just leave it, because if you answer on guessing, then you may answer wrong. So it's not good for the exam, because you will have negative marking. Preparation and practice. The best way to practice verbal ability is to read at least 10 pages of English text every day. Read newspaper or books. In addition to that, Learning the grammar rules will also help candidates in getting a stronger grasp of concept. So if you start reading any newspaper and any book 10 pages every day, automatically you will have a list of new words and you will have a good vocabulary. These are the list of topics like reading comprehension, close taste, fill in the blanks, match the columns, error detection, jumbled word paragraphs, vocabulary and grammar, idioms and phrases, antonyms and synonyms. So these are the topics. Sorry. See, reading comprehension will be there. You have to read one passage and then you have to answer the question. Close test will be there, like replacing one word with another. Then fill in the blanks will be there. Matching the columns will be there. Error detection will be there. Jumbled word or paragraphs will be there. Vocabulary and grammar will be there. One word substitution will be there. Idioms and phrases will be there. And antonyms, synonyms will be there. So there are some steps to solve verbal ability questions. Like you have to read the question carefully and do not mark the answers in haste. So please read the question very carefully because there are negative markings. Do not guess the answers as the options given are similar and candidates may get confused and lose marks. In case of confusion, candidates can start eliminating incorrect options and this may help them reach the correct answer easily. So if you have confusion, you can start eliminating the incorrect option, what you think are incorrect, and it will help you to find out the correct answer. Do not complicate the questions and do not panic just by seeing the length. So maybe there you have got a lengthy passage, but it doesn't mean it's very tough. Just read the passage first, then see it is tough or not, whatever information is there. So let's repeat one time. We are discussing verbal ability. So the thing is, there are some topics like synonym, antonyms, then one word substitution, match the columns, idioms and phrases, error detection, match, all these things are there. There are negative markings, so you have to answer very carefully. And you have to take a lot of preparation before going to the exam, and you can start reading a newspaper or books which will help you to increase your vocabulary. Now there will be 4 to 5 sections and verbal ability questions, like the answers are very confusing, so you need to like answer when you are like sure about it totally. So if you answer on guessing, then it will be a problem, like it will go for negative marking. Now what are the tips for verbal ability? The verbal ability is one of the most crucial topics for various government exams, and it constitutes of basic English grammar, vocabulary and reading comprehension. Though it is the most scoring section of any competitive exam, numerous candidates will struggle to score well. The reason being less acquaintance with the language or conceptual knowledge. Hence, given below are a few verbal ability tips that might help the aspirants to prepare the section well. Include variety in reading, philosophy, literature, scientific papers, fashion, art, economics, politics, business are all those areas from where passages in the exam come. So these are the some topics: philosophy, literature, scientific paper, fashion, art, economics, business. From these sections, passage will come. The inclusion of more variety will broaden your views on the worldly affairs, expose you to numerous views provided by different authors on the same topics, keep you updated with the latest developments, and help you think of ways of developing an approach that most suits you. So, needless to say, it will greatly help you in reading comprehension passage of the exam with vastly varying topics. As numerous questions related to synonyms and antonyms are asked in the exam, having a strong vocabulary is very crucial. Keeping a dictionary is the simplest and most effective way to increase your vocabulary and holds good for people of all ages and all stages, obviously. The voracious readers have done it in their earliest stages of reading, and it is never too late to start. So you can jot down all the meanings of an unfamiliar word, look at the context of the passage, and see which best suits it. Not only will you learn the meaning of the word in the context, it tells you more about its probable usage in that other context. At the end of each paragraph, question the tone and attitude of the author. Think creatively of all plausible questions and how the paragraph subordinates answers to these questions. So it will aid your comprehension abilities, help your answer questions relating to the tone, attitude of the author, type of question, and understand analogies which align with the author's point of views as depicted in the paragraph. So all of this will not only help you answer verbal aptitude questions during the examination, but in the long term increase the general reading comprehension skills. Candidates preparing for various competitive exams can check the following links. Here there are some links which I'm not showing now. So you can avoid distraction. With the increasing number of distraction and diminishing attention spans, it's easy to lose focus on the work at hand. This turns out to be determinal for candidates gearing up an examination link, like wherein a clear, responsive, and attentive head will push you further ahead than more than half of your competition. So when practicing, keep aside any distraction, clear out the clutter, and choose a peaceful environment to continue with the preparation. Choose times of the day where you can be distracted the least. So please avoid distraction while you are doing work. Practice, it's an age-old saying that the most of the people know. Practice makes perfect. So waiting for the time to perfect the preparation, this is a smart choice to make. So perfect it by practicing regularly. Devote quality time each day to practice your weaker areas and build your strengths. So you have to find out what are your weaker areas and you can improve there. So regular practice for verbal ability questions will ensure you have time to analyze yourself frequently, which is another good practice to follow, especially when gearing up for competitive exams. So that's all. These are some basic tips for competitive exam. Now we can start one topic, one grammar topic today. So let's start from the very basic. So parts of speech is a very basic thing, and as you have to like you should have some basic knowledge of grammar. So first you should know parts of speech. So parts of speech are the very basic grammar topic. So these are the names of different words in a sentence, and every parts of speech talks about different action. So these are 8 parts of speech: noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So noun is the name of person, place, animal, or thing, and pronoun is a replacement of noun. So nouns are the naming words. There are different kind of nouns like proper noun, common noun, abstract noun, and new there is also another noun. I cannot remember it now. So proper nouns are the name of any particular person, place, animal, thing. Common noun when you are not specific anything, and abstract noun when you are talking about some ideas. So noun you should always have to start with a capital letter, and like it should have like singular plural, like man, men, boy, boys, girl, girls, like that. And pronouns are the replacement of nouns, because when there is a like repetition of any word, any noun, in that case we can use pronoun. Adjective like modifies or describes a noun or pronoun. So it is a word which used to modify or describe a noun or pronoun. It usually answers the question of which one, what kind, or how many. Yes, someone has raised hand. Do you want to ask anything? Lakshmikanta? So adjective always modifies noun and pronoun. It talks about the quality. Verb is the action word. So in a sentence, the sentence is incomplete without a verb, and verb needs to follow different rules. There are according to they change according to the person, they change according to the tense. So we will have a differentiation of verbs. Okay, adverb is the modifier of adjective and verb. So it talks about like how the action is happening, how much uh, pretty or bad one thing is. So it basically modifies adjective and verb. Preposition talks about place, uh, what, like it replaces some connection between noun and pronoun. Conjunction is the word which joins two sentence or clauses. Like if there are two sentences and there is a full stop, so using conjunction you can join the two sentences. And interjection is the expression of some uh, sadness or happiness, like alas, his father is dead. Hooray, we have won the match. This way. So we have discussed one basic topic on verbal ability, that is parts of speech. So next day we will discuss about verbs, and we'll also practice some exercise in the class. Okay, students, do you have any query?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll conclude the session here. Thank you for your attention.